My reasons and beliefs for why there is a need for a Black Lives Matter. All right. Going off the statistics of the hashtag of Black Lives Matter. In its history, it's been tweeted nearly 12 million times on Twitter, where the hashtag has been used. And in comparisons to All Lives Matter, that's only been tweeted 1.5 million times. Now, if we look at that as a comparison and say, well, what are the people saying that they need? Will be obviously the people are saying that they need a Black Lives Matter, or even in comparisons to Blue Lives Matter. Blue Lives Matter have minuscule. So if we get into some of the stats, when Black Lives Matter was first said in 2013, it really wasn't, it was said by Alicia Garzay. She's like one of the, I guess, the founders in the organization. I guess she said it first in a tweet. Or no, she said it first on Facebook. But if we switch back over to Twitter, and the stats for Twitter got, it was tweeted nearly 9,000 times a day for 3 weeks after the death of Michael Brown. That's when it really started getting a lot of traction. And the peak for how many times it was tweeted in one day was 200,000 times. And I think that was around the death of Eric Gardner. It was like, went crazy, right? So if we just look at those numbers alone, it tells you what the people are saying they need. It's more numbers that I got the numbers and shit. I just don't know them off the top of my head. You feel me? But I looked and did all the numbers on it. And this isn't the conversation is mainly around Black Lives Matter. Good, positive, indifferent. That's what the people are talking about. That's what it's a need for. Nobody's talking. Majority of people are talking about this. So if we gonna cater to what the smaller percentage of people saying that all lives matter, and then if we even look at those tweets of 1.5 million tweets for all lives matter, you got majority negative. You feel me? It's way more negative than it is positive. You feel me? Negative and positive is maybe like neck and neck. I say it's like maybe like if I go look at the numbers, like 38% negative, 30% positive, and then you got the rest of it like neutral, indifferent, all different type of shit. But I mean, it's statistics out there about the history of the hashtag and how many times the hashtag's been used and how many times the all lives hashtag's been used, and then you can look up how many times the Blue Lives Matter, and you can go look at all that, and you're just gonna come to the same conclusion every time. The conversation is around Black Lives Matter. That's what the people want. That's what the people want to talk about. That's what it is. And getting into my second reason. My second reason gonna be we need a Black Lives Matter because if we look at the police approval ratings nationally, and Black Lives Matter being the organization that highlights police brutality, there's no other organization out there that's going to highlight police brutality. So with that being said, if there's no one else that's going to do it, you got no choice but to say there's a need for Black Lives Matter. According to the research, police approval ratings is about 71% nationally. Some believe that is great, but in my opinion, if we got 71% approval officers, good officers, I'm going to say that means we got 3 out of every 10 officers are bad. I mean, that's how I'm just going to look at it. I know, hey, some people got their opinion on, could be different, but my opinion is if the approval rating is 71%, I can say that 29% cops are bad. 3 out of 10 3 out of 10. And when I say bad, all of them not bad. Alright, out of this 29%, I'm going to say that 29% is either bad or improperly trained. You feel me? Y'all improperly trained or y'all just bad cops. So every 10 cops that graduate, 2 to 3 slipping through the cracks that's been improperly trained, don't know what the fuck they doing, don't need to be in the job, or they just simply bad. They don't care. So from that, that's how I look at that. We could get more into some numbers. If we highlight the George Floyd death, 61% of people that were polled believe that, yes, race had something to do with his death. They believe that. 61% believe race is an issue when it comes to police brutality. Well, in that case, if we look at Republicans, 40% of those Republicans believe that, yeah, race had something to do with it in the death, in George Floyd death, in that case. You feel me? So we have all these different people and all these different numbers that I'm coming and drawing to a conclusion to that, yes, there's need for, are we saying, yes, there's a need for police reform? Yes. Right now, who's out here fighting that battle for police reforms with a bigger stage than Black Lives Matter? Right now, they have the biggest stage. They have the biggest voice. Who else is gonna gonna speak out against that? The numbers are in. A lot of people want police reform. Everyone wants police reform. Everyone wants better training for officers. So, with that being said, who's gonna fight that fight? Who's out there with a louder microphone than Black Lives Matter right now, going up against police brutality? You don't see it. All right. 63% of whites and 2/3 of all Americans believe that police brutality against blacks are a sign of a broader problem. And what problem is that? We know what that is, man. I just had motherfuckers inboxing me, going off on me because my name Breonna Taylor on Facebook. They want to meet up with me and beat my ass, and she got what she deserved. And I'm like, whoa, bro, you triggered, man. Calm down. Calm down, man. I mean, but shit, there's more to the conversation. There's a lot more. I could keep going on, but, I'm going to just end it here.